Why don't these hanging stones fall? Our planet is certainly a mysterious place, full of mystical, strange and simply incomprehensible things. Sometimes even the smartest scientists just cannot explain them. Some of those incredible phenomena are definitely hanging stones. These huge rocks are not really able to float above the ground or to swing on some vines, but it is still an incredibly complicated and interesting thing to watch. Some boulders will defy gravity. Despite balancing on various other rocks in the midst of fault lines, they somehow stay precariously perched. Such rocks show up all around the world and also get their unpredictable looks through all kinds of mechanisms. Many are remnants of bigger rocks that eroded, while others are the products of melted glaciers, avalanches, or rock falls. One such rock happens to be the Balancing Rock, which is a force of nature that stands proudly on the cliffs that overlook St. Mary's Bay. Folks will take a trip here simply because they don't believe the pictures. This column of rock is sitting right at the edge of this cliff, looking like it may fall over any minute. This rock is a narrow vertical 9-meter-high column of basalt that is on a cliff overlooking St. Mary's Bay on the Bay of Fundy. No one knows for sure how long it has been like this, but it could be thousands of years. The Golden Rock is another well-known Buddhist pilgrimage site in Burma. It is a small pagoda which is 7.3 meters, built right on the top of a granite boulder and is covered with gold leaves pasted on by all of its male devotees. According to a legend, the Golden Rock itself is said to be carefully perched on a single strand of the Buddha's hair. The Balancing Rock appears to defy gravity, as it perpetually seems to be right on the verge of rolling straight down the hill. The pagoda and the rock are at the very top of Mount Gyekteo. Another legend states that a Buddhist priest impressed the Celestial King with his asceticism. The Celestial King had used his supernatural powers to carry this rock to its current place, specifically choosing the rock for its resemblance to the monk's head. Another hanging stone is Krishna's Butterball. Krishna's Butterball is said to be a gigantic granite boulder that rests on a short incline located in the historical coastal resort town of Mamallapuram in the Tamil Nadu state of India. The boulder is approximately 6 meters high and almost 5 meters wide and even weighs around 250 tons. It seems to float and barely stands on a slope on top of a 1.2-meter-high plinth which is a naturally eroded hill and is said to have been at the very same place for 1,200 years. In 1908, the then governor of the city, Arthur Havelock, attempted to use at least 7 elephants to move this boulder from its current position due to various safety concerns, but with no success. On October 12, 2019, the Indian Prime Minister and Chinese President had taken a photo right in front of Krishna's Butterball, holding hands during their second informal summit. The Garden of the Gods' infamous red rock formations had actually been created during a geological upheaval all along a natural fault line millions of years ago. Archaeological evidence shows that prehistoric people had visited the Garden of the Gods back in 1330 BC. Back in 250 BC, Native American people had camped in this park. They are also believed to have been attracted to the wildlife and plant life in this area and even used overhangs created by all the rocks for shelter. Many native peoples have also reported a connection to the Garden of the Gods, including Cheyenne, Apache, Comanche, Kiowa, Lakota, Pawnee, Shoshone, and Ute people. The Balanced Rock is one of the main attractions. This boulder looks like a rock that has been balanced and doesn't fall. Another boulder that seems like it could fall anytime is the Davisco Stone. Davisco Stone, or Wobbly Stone, was once a balancing rock that was located in Tandil, Buenos Aires Province, Argentina. Its weight was around 300 tons, and it attracted the attention of tourists simply because of the way it had been balanced on the edge of a hill. However, this stone fell and broke on 29 February in 1912. Some sources say that it fell due to vandalism or several vibrations that were caused by eruptions in a nearby quarry. It was quite interesting not just because of the way it balanced on the very face of the hill, but also because it had rocked from morning right till evening in a very slow fashion. People used to place bottles underneath this gigantic rock just to see them get shattered later in the day. Some stones seem to be balanced on the ground and look like they could roll over any time. The Devil's Marbles happens to be a collection of enormous granite boulders spread across a valley south of Tennant Creek. Standing at up to 6 meters high and formed over millions of years, they continue to crack and change. Kjerag Bolten is a boulder that is located on the mountain Kjerag in Sandnes municipality, far in Rogaland County, Norway. The rock itself is a 5 cubic meter x 5 cubic meter wedged in the mountain's cracks. It is also a popular tourist destination and is easily accessible without any climbing equipment. However, it is suspended above a 984-meter deep abyss. It also happens to be a popular site for base jumping. The boulder is only southwest of the village of Lysbotn, which is south of the Lysefjorden.